Hello and welcome to another episode of Excel in Business series. My name is Ken Atigali, and in this lesson I'm going to be showing you how to use the SUMIF and the SUMIFs function. In the previous video I showed you how to use COUNTIF and COUNTIFs, and I actually set up a little display here where I showed you how to count for that's Egypt, South African nationality, and gender male within this data set. Now in this video I'm going to be showing you some if and some ifs. Right, so let me quickly label this as count if, and here I'll say some if. Okay, now what is sum if? I've described it before. It's simply summing up number values based on certain criteria. In this case now, let's say I want to sum up the spend. This is global human resource data set. So now I want to sum up the spend for certain recruiters. So let's say I've got Mansion House. They've got some recruiters working, let's say, in Barclays Bank. I want to know how much. Let me get rid of no. I don't want you to be confused, so okay, let's put this. I'm going to move this way and put this here. That's quite fiddly, just a sec. Okay, so we've got the recruiter here. This is more tidy. Okay, so I want to find out how much was spent if it's Mansion House. So equal to sum if range. The range, this is the range. Sorry, this is the range. I'm going to freeze it by clicking on F4. The criteria is this Mansion House. Then the sum range is this. Freeze again. Remember what I told you in the earlier video, that this height, the height of the first one of all the ranges, must be the same. So you've got E8 to E49. This range must also be 8 to 49, right? So what I've got here, let me quickly give it some number looking values, right? So what I've got here is that the total spend for Mansion House is 969,000 pounds, about 969,654,000 pounds for maybe the financial year 13-14. Right. Okay. Let's say we want to do some. Want to have some diversity. Maybe you've got some diversity analysis. Barclays Bank. There's been some issue out there in the news. They're saying, you know what? Most industries in the UK, for example, they've got males earning more than female. So Barclays Bank goes in-house and says, you know what? Let's do a quick check to see if actually, the males earn more than the females. So we could do this here. Female. We could do. No, we're not going to do the recruiter now. We'll just do sum if. Let's change this data. Equal sum if range. The range for now is this. Freeze. Sum range. Sorry, criteria. Then the sum range is this one. Freeze. We say okay. We know the females are earning this. Let's see about the males. Let's bring this here. This is still sum if. So, well, okay, it's about the same. Yeah, the males are earning more, but it's about the same. So I guess in terms of diversity, we're cool. So let's say, okay, you know what? Let's see the recruiters. Let's compare the recruiters and see which of them are really hiring heavy on females versus males. Could then come in here. That's when you use the sum ifs. Sum ifs. Sum range. The sum range is this one. Sorry, I'm going to freeze. Do it again and freeze it. Freeze it. So criteria range 1 is let's start with the gender. Freeze it. Is this gender. Then the criteria range 2 is for the recruiter, and it's this recruiter. So let's say, okay, the females here are earning 553,000 or thereabout pound. So let me quickly change this to ifs now. So okay, let's check the female for let's say parity. So I'm going to take this equation down. I guess you know how to do this. Alright, it's okay. The females are earning 553,000 pounds for mansion house and earning 143,000 for parity. So let's do another comparison now. Male. Right. Same mansion house. So okay, for mansion house, the females are actually earning more than the males. For parity, typing this is quite, tricky. So it's actually always better when you're doing your analysis like this, especially when you start creating tools. It's much better when you have drop downs where you click and just select. So parity, and for parity, you can see the males are earning way more than the females. We could extend this to include nationality. So let's look at nationality now. For example, I go into this formula, do this, a new criterion range has popped up. So I go to nationality, the same height, freeze. Then this time I want South Africa. No value for South Africa. Female. Alright, let's go down to male. Right. Okay, so South African nationality, female gender, recruiter parity. The sum if all this criteria is met is 0. South African nationality, male gender, with recruiter parity. The sum if all this criteria is met is about 56,000 pounds. So I guess from this video you're able to see how sum if and sum ifs work. It's quite easy and very, very useful. The other way, of course, is to use your subtool tool and then start clicking on trying to filter and all that, but that's really quite very slow. If I set something like this up, within minutes, within seconds, I can pull out data. But if you go about clicking your filter to analyze values, you might see yourself actually spending weeks trying to analyze values that this can do within seconds. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please join me for the next video. See you then. Bye bye.